Hello Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma, welcome to the Culinary Kitchen. This is Chef Jason of Native Chef LLC. Today's recipe, we're going to be doing a Mediterranean grilled chicken breast, and then we're going to be roasting some cauliflower. Really fun and easy recipe, very healthy, and good for diabetics out there. So I thank you so much for watching. We got a lot to do, and we'll get started. We got to kind of look at what we have to do first, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to marinate our chicken breast, and we're going to be using dried basil and dried oregano. So it's important when you use dry herbs to start marinating early and let that kind of reconstitute for the flavor. So again, thank you for watching. Let's get started. What we're going to do here is we're going to mince up some garlic for our chicken, and while I'm at garlic, I'm going to go ahead and cut enough for our cauliflower. So we're just going to finely mince our garlic. And you can either brush some oil on or just pour some on and use your hand. And it's nice to have these gloves. And what this oil is going to do is going to kind of reconstitute our dried basil and oregano, and it's going to help hold on to our seasonings. So I have a mixture of salt and pepper and oregano and basil I'm going to make here. And mix that up really good. And then we want to season both sides. It's important also to trim any excess fat from our chicken breast that we can. So just make sure you season well on both sides, and then when you do season, push the seasonings into the chicken breasts. And then before we season the other side, I want to add a little bit of fresh garlic here that we chopped up, and really press that garlic into the chicken. Now we want to cut up our cauliflower, and the best way to do this is to find the middle of the backside and just cut it right in half. And once we have it in half, we want to get rid of some of this inside here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut in about 1/2 inch, and we get rid of that middle part. Just like that, and get rid of these leaves. And then what I want to do is I want to break this in half here, so we have two manageable pieces. And then all these florets here, all we're going to do is just like broccoli. I'm just going to cut trees off of the corner and then turn. And then just cut these stems off and turn it. And we don't want really small pieces, but we also don't want gigantic pieces either. You want pieces that are pretty similar in size. So whenever you get to this point, now all we got to do is just cut these in half like that. Okay, the first thing we want to do with our cauliflower is we want to add some oil, not too much, about a couple tablespoons per head of cauliflower. We really want to mix this well. What's this doing is, this is kind of creating like a glue for the ingredients we're going to put on this. So do this first, and then we'll add cumin, garlic, salt, turmeric powder, and black pepper. And really take the time to mix this well. And then once we have it really mixed well, you'll see that the turmeric and the cumin really kind of makes the cauliflower a golden color. We'll put it on a sheet pan. And I preheated my oven to 425, and you want to take the time to make sure that these are laid flat and not overcrowded. So again, in the Kitchen Essentials, I talked about having a nice couple sheet pans. They come, you know, in handy for a long time. And make that investment, especially if you're going to be cooking a lot at home. And we'll just throw these in the oven. They should take about 25 to 30 minutes depending on your oven. Mine might take a little bit less, but I'll let you know. Next up, we'll grill our Mediterranean chicken. I'm just going to spray with a little bit of pan spray here. I got a preheated grill, and we'll just start grilling on one side here, and we don't want to move it. So once we put it down on the grill, do not move it. Let it cook, and we'll develop a nice presentation crust and cross marks on it. The chicken has been grilling about 4 minutes now, and if you're ever unsure of when to flip it, you'll kind of see the edges will be about 3/4 of the way up on top. and almost kind of curling up on top. That's what we want, because once we flip this, this other side we're grilling is going to be our presentation side. So once we get up a nice good flip, you'll see that we have this nice cross marks on it, and the chicken is cooked 3/4 of the way through, almost 3/4 of the way through. So we'll just finish it on this side. Now that the chicken is done, we'll remove it, and you want to let this rest for about 5 to 7 minutes. And the reasoning is because the juices will settle in there, and then it's easier to cut. You'll be able to slice it easier. We're going to cut it before we serve it onto our cauliflower. So the garlic or the cauliflower took about 25 minutes in my oven, and they're done when you know they're still firm, but they're easy to put a knife through. So they're nice and soft, but they're not like really mushy. And they became this nice golden brown color, and that's what we're looking for. So right before we serve, we're going to squeeze just a little bit of fresh lemon juice right on top. And now what we want to do, instead of just cutting the chicken breast straight down, what I want to do is kind of cut at an angle. So I make the cut, but then I hold on to the piece so it doesn't come off. And we'll just kind of shingle cut these, probably about 1/2 inch pieces across the chicken breast. So what I did was I took some cauliflower, I put it on the plate, and now what we want to do is we want to carefully put our chicken breast right against it like this. Nice presentation. And then we'll finish it off with just a little bit of fresh parsley for color right on top. Some takeaways from this recipe is that they're not difficult at all. Anybody can do anything that I'm doing in these videos. What these videos are showing you is actually how easy it is. And it's all about colors, it's all about plating, it's about understanding about plating. And you guys can make food that looks better and tastes better than any of that food you're going to go pay $20 a plate for, or $25 a plate for some of the top restaurants. Just follow simple steps, cut up stuff before you start cooking. Make sure you know what's on that recipe is in front of you, and just have fun. Be creative. How often do we get to use cauliflower the way we did today? It becomes a nice golden brown color, and it's eye appetizing to people. So had a great time. I'm going to enjoy a quick lunch here. Again, just a few things. Just remember to always let your cooking equipment wait on you. So make sure, like if you have to preheat the oven, do that. Always have it waiting on you. And just have fun. Just have fun in the kitchen. That's all we need to do, is have fun and be creative and eat healthy. This is a very healthy recipe, balanced carb recipe, and great for diabetics. So thank you so much for watching. I sure appreciate it. I had a great time today. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you had fun. Until I see you in the next video, stay safe out there and stay well. Miigwech.